Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am your host Mohsen Ali and you are watching Global Scope News. Today we are covering a very serious and urgent topic, the situation in Lebanon. According to the Lebanon's Prime Minister Najib Mikati, the ongoing air strikes by Israel have forced as many as 1 million people to leave their homes. This could be the largest movement of displaced people we have seen in a long time. The airstrikes in Lebanon have been witnessed. Just recently, the Lebanon's health minister reported that more than 50 people lost their lives in attack on Sunday alone. This escalation of violence began shortly after Israel carried out a significant operation in Beirut, resulting in the assassination of Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah. Following this, Hezbollah responded by launching rockets into northern Israel. This back and forth has escalated tensions between these two powerful groups. As the situation is very tense, and it's very important to understand that these strikes are not just targeting military personnel. On Monday, an Israeli attack in the Kola neighborhood of Beirut killed 3 members of the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine. The PFLP is a recognized group that is part of Palestine Liberation Organization. The fact that these strikes are affecting civilians raises serious questions about the ongoing conflict and the toll it take on innocent lives. Prime Minister Mikati has stated that the wave of airstrikes has led many families to flee from Beirut and other areas, including regions near the southern borders with Israel. Local authorities are struggling to assist everyone in need, as shelters are overcrowded and hospitals are under very pressure. Reports from BBC in Lebanon indicate that people are facing dire situation, often lacking basic necessities like food and shelter. For instance, Aya Ayoub, a 25 years old woman, shared her story of escaping from the Tahbit al-Gadir suburb in Beirut. She fled with her family of 6 when it becomes too dangerous to stay. I described the destructions around her home, saying that all the buildings were completely destroyed. She explains that her family and 16 others are now living in a building under construction, relying on candles for light at night and struggling to find water and food. Another individual, Sarah, a 34 years old journalist, recounted her experience of fleeing Lebanon. She left her house near Beirut with her mother and 2 siblings, and it took them nearly 10 hours to reach Jordan by car. Passing through Syria, Sarah expressed relief at having a place to stay with relatives in Jordan, but she shared her anxiety about the future, stating, "We don't know what will happen next, and we don't know when we will be back." The violence has significantly escalated since October 8, 2023, when Hamas launched a Hamas launched an unprecedented attack on Israel. Following this, Hezbollah began firing at Israeli position in solidarity with the Palestinians. Since this conflict began, hundreds of people have died, including many Hezbollah fighters, and tens of thousands have been displaced on both sides of the border. The ongoing fighting raises many questions about the safety of civilians caught in the crossfire. In addition to the situation in Lebanon, Israel has expanded its military operation beyond its border. The Israeli military has conducted airstrike on military targets associated with the Houthi movements in Yemen. These strikes targeted facilities that Israel claims are being used to transport weapons from Iran. The Houthis, a Shia group that controls a large part of Yemen, condemned these strikes as brutal aggressions and vowed revenge, saying they would not stand by quietly. This situation has led to widespread international concerns. Many countries fear that the conflict could expand further in the Middle East, drawing in more nations and resulting in a large war. The United States has issued warning to Israel, urging cautions against entering an all-out war with Hezbollah or Iran. They highlighted that a major conflict could leave many Israelis unable to return home, especially in northern regions where much of the fighting is taking place. As the situation continues to develop, it's very crucial for all of us to stay informed about the impact of these conflicts on everyday people. The stories of those like Aya and Sawa remind us that behind the headlines are real lives being affected by the violence and uncertainty. We must hope for peace and resolution for this ongoing crisis. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe to Global Scope News for more updates on this and other important news from around the world. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Stay safe and take care. Until the next video, take care.